we would be solving the next 25 questions for the NET examination geography paper 3. So we will be solving questions 26 to 50. Now the first thing here is most of the questions that were from census were based on direct information. So all you need to know is to refer the census accurately and read the data precisely. The next is some of the questions were very direct and very theoretical, so you need to remember, and there is no end to what you should study. So I suggest you should study as extensive as possible. Now this question talks about the scholars and their ages, so we have to find out the chronological order. Now a similar question was asked in the December examination also, so it's most probably that a similar question might come in the next examination also. So you have the various scholars and their durations given. So if we go by that, you have Plato that came first, then you have Aristotle, Eratosthenes, and finally Strabo. So 3, 1, 2 and 4 would be the correct order. Now again, there were numerous questions from June 2014 paper, and they were similar to an extent that even the choices were same. So I suggest that you solve the previous year's paper very thoroughly. Now this question is about the author and their works. So you have the author and the books. So you have the various 4 authors given and the various works done by them. So the correct order here is, you have Otto Schilter, who gave the visible contents of landscape. Then you have Richthofen, who talked about the major works in China. Peschel edited Das Ausland, and finally Retzel gave the concept of physical geography. Now if you know even 1 or 2 correctly here, you can solve the remaining. If you are clear with this question and you are sure that Peschel edited the book of Das Ausland, then you can surely solve this question. So you would have Das Ausland would be by Peschel, so that would be an incorrect match. So if you are done correctly with that question, you will be done correctly with this question also. So the incorrect pairs would be Al-Balkhi and Das Ausland. Next question, who founded the humanistic school of geography? Now Crick was the person who first laid the foundation or advocated the concept of humanistic geography in 1951, and later on Thuan developed humanistic geography as an independent subject or an independent discipline, I could say. So the correct answer here would be Thuan. Next question, which of the following authors stated there are no necessities but everywhere possibilities? Now the first thing we can make out from this sentence is the author is an author of possibilism. He is favoring the concept of possibilism. So if you go back to the videos that we have discussed on possibilism and determinism, you will have a good idea to understand this. And of these, we will first find out the authors who are possibilism, so that would rule out some of the choices, and then you can work out who gave the following. So the correct answer here would be Faber. Next question, who defined geography as human ecology? So Barrows gave the concept of geography as human ecology. So the correct answer here would be D. Next question. So you have the various geographers and their books. So you have L.D. Stamp, who gave the concept of Great Britain, use and misuse of land. Alexander Humboldt, who talked about cosmos. Then you have Richard Hudson, who talked about natures of geography, and finally Dickinson, who talked about makers of modern geography. Now nature of geography by Richard Hudson is the second question that has been asked in this paper. So it's important to note that you must be familiar with geographers and their books. Next is, you have to match the states with the literacy rates. So the literacy rate is highest. So what is asked is basically the literacy rates of the top 5 to 6 states you should be aware of. So Kerala has a literacy rate of 94%. Then you have Mizoram with 91%. Then you have Goa with 88%, and finally Tripura with 87%. So that's one question on census. There is another question which talks about the decadal growth rate. So for this question, what is important to note is, in the next diagram you have the various decadal growth rates that have been given for the various states. So if I come back here, you have Arunachal Pradesh at 25.95. Then you have Daman and Diu, that is 53. Then you have Meghalaya, that is 28, and finally Pondicherry at 26. Now you have to match the terminology with their definitions. So if we talk about the terminology and the definition, I can directly say Green village is a region which has house or churches clustered around a small village green. Village greens means a common village area. So you have green, that is defined with this definition. Then you have cruciform villages which are at the intersection of the roads. So that is cruciform villages. Then what is the dispersed village and the street village? So dispersed village is an isolated farm which is scattered with countryside near around. So that is what is dispersed. And finally is the street village. Street village is on the route way where you have a lateral development of the settlement. So that is what is the definition of street village. So these are the correct matches. Next question. Losch model is less restrictive than Christeler's model because we can say he treated each section as separated range with thresholds and hexagonal hinterlands. So we have discussed this in detail in the class on the Christeler's theory and the Losch theory. You can just go back and refer that for more details. So back here the correct answer would be both are correct and reason is the correct explanation for assertion. Next, which of the following principles explain? Now this principle is being talked about in the Christeler theory again. So if you are done with Christeler theory correctly, you would be able to answer this. So in the Christeler's concept of K is equal to 4, he gave the traffic principle and where he explained the importance of transport cost as it maximizes the number of central places that are present on a straight line route. Next question. Which of the following criteria is used by Census 2011 to define the town? Now there are two definitions of the town, the census town and the statutory town. What is asked here is about the census town. So census town talks about population of minimum 5,000, population density of 400 persons per kilometer square, and nearly 75% of the male population must be engaged in non-agricultural pursuits. So if these three criteria are met, we can define that area as a census town. So here what is given is the population density, that would be the correct option. Next question. In which year Jefferson explained the concept of law of primate city? Law of primate city was given by Jefferson in 1939. We have a detailed class on law of primate city. You can just refer that for more details. Next, you have the minerals and the ores. So chalcopyrite is a ore of copper. Limonite is an ore of iron, muscovite is an ore of mica, and bauxite is an ore of aluminium. So these are the correct matches here. Next question. You have an assertion and reason. So assertion says Footloose Industries are having very high mobility. So that is correct because Footloose Industries are mainly skill based industries like software industries, so they do not actually require the raw material to be located at a specific place. So both these are correct and this reason explains the assertion. So I can say A would be the correct option here. So these are the basic characteristics of Footloose industry. We will be discussing this in more detail in a separate session. Now, what are the agricultural systems given by Wittelsey and the countries in which they suit? So, Mongolia is a land of nomadic herders. So, that's the correct match. Morocco is located towards North Africa and it's very close by to the Mediterranean Sea, hence has a Mediterranean type of climate. Then you have the commercial dairy farming that is commonly found in New Zealand. New Zealand is known for its dairy activities, and finally livestock ranching that is popular in Brazil. Next question. Now here Spain has vast mineral resources, that is correct, and it is one of the economically developed countries of the world, that's again correct, but this reason does not explain this. So both of these are independently correct and we can say B would be the correct answer here. Next. Who is the author who identified three basic factors of interaction between regions? So when we will be covering session on regional planning, we will be discussing this in more detail. So Ullman talked about the regional interaction, and he gave three type of interactions that exist between region, that is complementary, intervening opportunities and transferability. So the correct answer here would be Ullman. Next question. In this graph, what you have to find is the region where you would have maximum profit. So what is given is, one is the revenue curve and another is the cost curve. Now whenever revenue, what I have earned, is greater than cost, then I can say there would be profit. So I can clearly ignore point A and D because their revenue and cost are same. So there would be no loss, no profit. Now the only thing remains is, in this section you have revenue greater than cost, and again at C you have revenue greater than cost. Now which of these two would be more? So the answer would be C. C would have the maximum profitability. Let's see how. If you try to find out the slope here, the slope for the revenue is less steep as compared to that of the cost. That means cost is falling rapidly, but revenue earned is not falling that rapidly. So the difference is higher, and therefore you would have more profit at point C as compared to point B. Next question. Now this question is based on transport geography. What you have to find is the interlinkages. And how do we calculate the interlinkages? The point marked with circle are the nodes, and the relations between them would be the interlinkages. So let's start counting. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So there would be 12 interlinkages. A lot of students got confused seeing this diagram, but indeed it is a very direct question. Again you have the beta index as number of interlinkages by number of nodes, and therefore you can calculate beta index from this information as well. Next, diclocephalic human races have a cephalic index of. Cephalic index is related to brain. So when there was a classification that talked about differentiating into races, you had two bases that were considered. One is the cephalic index, other was the nasal index or the index of nose. Now dolichocephalic means those who have long head, and that is less than 75 would be the cephalic index for this, and more than 80 would be a cephalic index for brachycephalic, who have a kind of short head or broad head. Next, throughout the 19th century, now this is a question that has to relate more with logic and history as compared to geography. So Russia was interested in acquiring Turkey. Why? What could be the main reason? Now most of the students would believe that since there is a choice A and C, we should go for choice A and C, but that won't be the correct answer. Try to understand the location of Russia. So all its northern part is occupied by frozen water. That means you can't have ship movements or movement through or transportation through the northern peripheries. So Russia technically becomes a landlocked country. So what it tried to do during the Crimean War? During the Crimean War, it tried to occupy the Dendrylis state, that is between the Black Sea and the Aegean Sea, and by means of that was the reason that it aimed or it was interested in acquiring Turkey, so that it could have an easy access to the water channels or the Mediterranean Sea. So B would be the correct answer here. Next question, which of the following statement is not true about humanism? Now humanistic geography gives importance to human awareness, consciousness and duality. That's what is the definition of humanistic geography. It is developed as a criticism to positivism and quantitative revolution. That's again correct. And finally, it does not treat humans as machine. Rather, it treats humans as human beings with inculcates their awareness and creativity. So C would be the incorrect option here. And finally, the last question. You have Carta Marina. So Carta Marina was a book that was written by Walt Limourer, and that was a book which was on the map of America or American maps. So with this we cover the next 25 questions. We will be covering the final set of 25 questions. In the next class, with this we will finish all the papers for the July NET examination for geography. You can subscribe to our channel for more lectures on geography that would be forthcoming. Have a good day ahead.